recently I met up with a friend to have dinner and chat. She's been going through something tough. She recently broke up with her boyfriend, and for anyone who knows, has been in a serious relationship that it's very tough. I recently went through a breakup earlier this year, and it was very tough. It's always hard to, especially when you lose someone who you care for a lot and they're your best friend, and letting them go is usually the hard thing, because we want to stick with the status quo. We want to stick with what's comfortable and familiar, even if it's not for the best, even if it's not what's the best for us. It's always harder to leave and change rather than to stay the same and just deal with it. But anyways, so we had a good conversation, and she was expressing how she feels about the whole thing and moving on, and how it's tough and how she's coping with it. And she's pretty young, she's 19, but she has she's very mature for her age, in the sense of she knows what to do to move on from this. She knows she's going to be fine, but right now it's recent. It's been like a week, and she's still going through it. But some really interesting points that we got from the conversation, that just hearing from her and just discussing of what helps you get over a breakup or a loss, or just something where you have to change, and something has changed and you have to move on. And I guess in particular for a breakup, one of the things is the best thing to do in order to move on is always to express yourself, not try to repress it or hold it in, or try to keep it inside and bottle it up and isolate yourself. What you want to do is the first thing that helps people and helps, I've gone through this too, and it's helped out a lot, is journaling. Helps out a lot because it organizes your thoughts and what you're feeling, all these emotions that you're going through. Translating it from your brain through your hand onto the paper, or typing it out or whatever, really helps organize your thoughts, to get that monkey off your back, so to speak. Because once you write it down, it's less of a unknown, and it reduces the stress. Same thing with talking about it. Talking about it helps you not only accept it, but organize your thoughts and articulate it, and it helps you to move past it and move forward, which is a huge thing. Two, also, not isolating yourself and connecting with people is huge, because we have a tendency to want to isolate ourselves when we feel bad, or at least some of us. I know I do sometimes, but that's the exact opposite. It might be kind of counterintuitive, but you have to connect with people and be vulnerable and lean on them for support, because that's what makes you feel better. We are creatures that were made to be together, and so to connect and to have someone to rely on, and them to give you that support is a good thing. And so connecting with people, and she knows this intuitively. She's been doing that, telling people how she's feeling, and she knows that she wants to go out and do stuff and connect with people, and so that's a good thing. And third is, which I just said, is to go out and do stuff to keep yourself busy. Again, with the whole isolating thing, you just want to stay in and be sad by yourself, and that's fine. You can do that for a little bit, stay inside, cry, binge on junk food and rom-coms and whatnot. But ultimately, you have to go out there and do something and keep yourself busy and active, and it elevates your mood, and so you can get through that emotional state. Because when you're doing something that you enjoy and you're being with people that you enjoy, it keeps your mood elevated, and having an elevated mood will help to get you through that tough time that you're going through. I know I did that when I first got out of my relationship this year. I started dancing a lot more, started hanging out with more friends, I started going to meetups and meeting new people and expanding my networks, and it helped out a lot to get away from my thoughts and to prevent myself from ruminating over what went wrong and what I could do better, or blaming, or just being a victim. Keeping yourself busy is always important, and because it keeps your thoughts off of that, and then eventually time heals all wounds. You just move past it. So keeping yourself busy, being around people, and just expressing your thoughts and not holding it in is always big. So that's the thought for the day, is if you're going through something tough like a breakup or a loss, always try to remember that you need to don't isolate yourself, and don't try to repress it, but actively go out and know that things will be better, that you'll be fine, that it might not feel good right now, but if you just keep going and keep yourself busy, you'll make it through. So that's the thought for the day.